Hello, Facebook group members. It's so nice to connect with you today. It is Monday at 4 p.m., and I'm so excited to be able to share with you about the inward journey. Today is the beginning of a lot of upcoming Shiftology lives that I'm going to be doing to help you really integrate the practical, tactical, and logical with the emotional, the energetic, the spiritual, and the intuitive. That's what we talk about in this group. It's about connecting all sides of oneself. I mean, who do you know who is super practical, tactical, and logical? And they end up pushing away a lot of things because of it. They don't allow their intuition to come in, the spirituality to come in, and they negate an emotion, which in fact, being practical, tactical, and logical is actually an emotional push. And who else do you know is very intuitive, spiritual, and lives in that realm? Yet they don't connect with the practical, tactical, and logical. So from a business perspective, they're struggling because they don't want to get into any of the nitty-gritty of running a business. So my question is, then why are you in business for yourself? I had somebody say to me when I owned my center, well, Terry, you're a businesswoman. And I'm like, well, aren't you in business for yourself? Well, yes, I am. So what's the difference? And she says, but you like doing that stuff. I go, not necessarily, but I do what I need to do to grow my business. So it really is important to understand that integrating the practical, tactical, and logical is just as important as the intuitive, the emotional, and the spiritual. It is necessary to grow your business. I've been at this for decades. I've been in business since I was 18 years old. And unbeknownst to me, I had these guys behind me, my angels, constantly propelling me, guiding me into different intuitive places, which sometimes I listened to and sometimes I didn't. And I know that I have kicked myself quite a bit for those times when I didn't listen to my intuition because I was listening to the voices outside of myself. Every time I've listened and held strong to the voices within, I have hit gold. Every time I kept listening to everybody else outside of me, instead of what was going on inside, it didn't always work out so well. So Shiftology Live is about helping you to integrate all those parts of yourself and listen to your intuition. So today is about pulling out a card. I'm going to be pulling cards out in all of these sessions. And this little bowl here full of statements, I've been using this for about 25 years, these cards. They have done very well for me. And I love using them when I'm teaching leaders. Because when teaching leaders to work with their emotions, a lot of the folks that I was working with were very analytical government employees that had a really hard time in the very beginning. And then we played with these cards and it was really quite cool. So let's see what I pulled out. What I have pulled out is you have grown a lot. Yes, I have. What about you? Have you grown a lot? A lot of stuff has happened in the last year and a lot of stuff has happened in the last decade. How have you grown in mind, body, and spirit? And that's what this is about. This is a card that I pulled out of here. Am I going to pull another one out? Nope. This is what we're going to be talking about today. How you have grown a lot. So that's the topic of the day. I'm not going to spend too much of your time. But when you acknowledge how you have grown, it's super important to own it. A lot of us will go, yeah, I've grown here and I've grown here and I've grown here and I've grown here and I've done this and I've done that. And guess what? This dance is not one that you're actually owning. So it's up here what you've done and how you've grown, but you haven't integrated it into your heart. You haven't integrated it into your soul. It's really important that when you acknowledge how you've grown, you celebrate each step. You celebrate how it is that you are interacting with yourself so that you can then move forward and achieve the goals that you want to achieve. So owning how you've grown a lot. Okay, so let's look at what I want to do now is show you some of the tips, the best tip to be able to acknowledge how you have grown a lot. Number one, every time somebody picks up the phone and calls you, ask yourself, how am I handling this now? Am I handling it in a way that's better than what I used to? If you said yes, you have grown a lot. Somebody sends you a text and you're bothered by it. Why am I bothered by it? Is it a good bother or is it a negative bother? Is it a good bother in that that's how I used to be? I'm now in a different place. That's why it bothers me. So it's a wake-up call. So when you acknowledge and take a good look at how you have grown a lot, it's going to help you because every single thing you do today is different than what you did yesterday, the day before, week before, month before, year before, decade before. How have you grown? Shiftology is all about shifting perspective, shifting your mindset. And when you shift, it helps you to see things clear. So how do you shift? A technique that I've taught here before in the group is the quick shift technique. Take a deep breath, shift into your heart. Delicious. Think of something that makes you feel really, really good. And when you think of that, recognize that what's happening to your body is you are reducing your cortisol levels and increasing your DHEA levels. You have grown a lot. Okay? You have grown a lot. So when you do that, it allows you to see things differently. It allows you to look at things from a different perspective. It allows you to get a lot of information from a 360 perspective because you're out of that practical, tactical, logical, judgmental mindset and you're shifting into coherence with the brain in the head and the brain in the heart. Isn't that cool? Yeah. So Shiftology, bringing it all together. So this will be a little short thing. This is all I wanted to do is just bringing it little short snippets for you. And I am going to share with you that this is the month, April is the month of the inward journey. This is all about the inward journey, holding the mirror up. And let's face it, you've grown a lot. When the card says you've grown a lot, looking in the mirror, you've grown a lot. So it's from mindset to results. So this self-study course is available individually, or it's also available as a part of the Shiftology Lab, which is a 12-month program that includes coaching, a hub for discussion, and a lot of support every single day to assist you in integrating the material in mind, body, and spirit. Also, we have for you, if you're interested in coaching, if you go to this link, terrywilderman.as.me/intuitive coaching, I can assist you in any way that you need to help you grow your business, whether it's in sales, whether it's in marketing, whether it's getting to the next step, stopping the self-sabotage that is in the way of you crossing that finish line and reaching the goal. So we'll talk with you later on. Terry Wilderman with Intuitive Leadership, Shiftology, and the positively unstoppable intuitive leaders. Talk to you later.